Hey, it is Tuesday, December 8th, 2015, even though it doesn't feel like it outside. And we're live.
Our last podcast of 2015. Aaron's laughing at us again.
We're alive.
Well, we are, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't think you need to broadcast
Hey, don't, haters gonna hate.
You just quote Taylor Swift.
That quote existed well before
That's
Taylor
true. You didn't
Swift.
say hater gonna hate. That would be cool. Hate Taylor Swift. All right. So, oh shit! I meant to take another look at the what's going on at COP21.
Yeah, I looked at it quite a bit today. Posted some stuff to our Facebook page here. We had Catherine McKenna. She kind of interviewed some of the other Canadian delegates that were there in Paris. She talked to Kathleen Wynne. She talked to Prime Minister Trudeau. She also talked to.
Okay, wait. Is Trudeau there, or is he here? I don't understand. I keep seeing him in Ottawa and stuff.
I think he's doing a lot of back and forth.
Okay. By the way, if you're wondering, Catherine McKenna is Minister for
The environment and climate change
in Canada in the federal government.
So seems to be a different tone in the not in the negotiations, but in the way that Canada is approaching the climate change issue.
Well, at least the way they're talking about it so far, yeah. So she was asked with like 11 other people to be like a facilitator. Do you know what that is?
Catherine McKenna did?
Yeah, they're like once the first draft of the document that 150 countries are expected to sign came out, I remember seeing she was asked to be a facilitator.
That's interesting.
By the president of COP.
Cool. It probably just means she like helped move the meetings along. She chaired meetings or something. Facilitated the meetings. What else? Justin Trudeau. Oh yeah, Justin Trudeau also made a speech to. Well, I don't think it was just a speech. I just saw the speech that he made to the Assembly of First Nations, but I'm guessing there was meetings around that. But he definitely acknowledged the fact that a lot of cities and a lot of towns are on Aboriginal lands, and he wants to partner with First Nations.
Oh yeah, you had sent me that. So Vancouver, but that was an article from last year that you sent me. But Vancouver's mayor and council had done that. They had I don't know how you would say it, admitted or
declared, or I don't know. They pretty much said, acknowledged publicly that the city of Vancouver is on Aboriginal First Nations land.
So I found it interesting the way they worded that. They said it was unceded, meaning that it hadn't been given over to the government through a treaty. It hadn't been taken by conquest or war. They just built a city on native land. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess that meant that they wanted to open the door for more cooperations with the native communities that were whose land that would have been, right?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good step towards that. I don't know that much about the First Nations in BC. I know there's there's one particular highway where there was a lot of First Nations women and children that have went missing in BC.
Yeah, dubbed the Highway of Tears. I forget what highway it is. It's probably the one that goes all the way up to Alaska.
Yeah, I
I'm pretty
think
sure
so.
it was a north-south highway.
Yeah, yeah, as far as I know as well. So that's another thing that Trudeau has said that he would address is the missing and murdered Aboriginal women um, issue. There's going to be a investigation into that. That'll be launched very shortly.
Talk a little bit louder there. Me too.
Okay.
I'm just looking at your little dots there.
Yeah. So seems like the tides are shifting in certain things. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see what happens, but the intentions are, as far as we can see, as far as I can see, anyways, definitely there to get the ball rolling on a lot of issues that have been pressing in this country for a while and have just been ignored.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're talking about native issues, a lot of those issues are that exist like since before we've been a country. So it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I guess now is as good a time as any to get
Mhm.
going on it.
For sure.
Yeah. Anything going on in 10 minutes? Sorry. No.
I'm sure there's things going on, Tim. It's unseasonably mild, but apparently we're supposed to get 40 centimeters of snow on Monday.
40?
Uh,
Oh shit! I'll have to learn how to use that snowblower. Might have to take it out of the shed so I'm not walking through 40 centimeters of snow to go get it. I'll have to put it underneath the e-shop.
how's your new telephone?
Okay, it works. It makes phone calls. Facebook's on it, whatever, you know. I've actually used it a few times. I use it pretty much every day for testing purposes. Like I used to do it too a little bit on my. Whoa, incoming! I used to do it a little bit too on my Android. You can plug it into your computer and inspect it like you'd be inspecting a browser when working. Um, I would have got my case today, but got sent to South Porcupine because I didn't give Amazon my new address, so it's being redirected tomorrow.
Cool.
So it hasn't broke yet. Yeah,
Hasn't broke yet. That's good. Good start, eh?
yeah.
2 weeks. Still didn't break. No,
It
a
didn't
week.
bend either, according apparently the old ones or the F-160s to bend in people pockets. Um, yeah. You speaking of cell phones, you just switched carriers for the first time in a few years.
Oh yeah. Gonna save some money.
Yeah, that's actually like I don't think my like the phone is gonna be what's gonna be a big difference. I'm gonna miss just like being able to change carriers when I want to. Or I
Hmm.
don't have a good deal with Spotify.
Yeah, that's what I got. So I don't have to pay for my own Spotify, and my cell phone plan's cheaper and better.
Yeah, so good all around. Um, yeah,
So Paris, when does that come to a conclusion?
at the end of this week.
Okay.
So that's why if they're gonna get anything actually signed or set, it's gonna have to be done like real quick.
I know we were talking about too. The global north and the global south are kind of divided in Paris about the climate issue, and Canada is leaning more towards the global north or global south, sorry, because the emissions targets that they're looking to adopt are lower or higher depending on how you look at it.
Well, yeah, they want to try and contain.
They're more ambitious, let's say.
Yeah, they're more ambitious, and it's not really that surprising considering the most dire effects are happening and will probably continue to happen to countries in the global south. And generally, those are also the countries that would have contributed the least to the problem. You're looking at Africa, you're looking at South America.
India.
Yeah.
India might be like the oddball there.
But they're still developing. Like they wouldn't have had like a huge start like England or United States or Canada.
Yeah, with the last
They're
couple of
starting,
years
yeah.
with their dirty energy, because
Yeah.
they're still developing, right?
Yeah. So are most of the global south. That's why I would put them in because they're all like developing nations, and they need a different way if they're gonna like join us. I guess in our technological world, they need a different way other than getting through dirty fuel like we did with coal and oil and gas.
Yeah. So you had asked me at one point if I thought that our government would invest money into climate change infrastructure. not-
Yeah, and you
or
basically
energy-
said fuck no.
Energy infrastructure in the global south or in developing countries. And yeah, I did not think that that would happen. But since then, our government has pledged over $2 billion to that. So
That's funny. That's a priority that I had that the liberal government identified with that you didn't even necessarily see it as on the radar.
no, I wouldn't have. Like, not that I don't care, because it's great that they're doing that, but I just didn't expect it out of them.
Well, I didn't really know what to expect. So
What's going on with the girl May there?
she seems to be. She actually.
What's her Twitter handle?
She's, I don't know. Adelaide's, but yeah. The last interview I read from her was that she was just, like she was pretty jacked and surprised by at least what Catherine McKenna was saying about trying to limit global emissions to warming the planet to less than 2 degrees to 1.5 degrees, um, helping support the countries that are being affected by it and helping them develop cleaner energy. So she seemed to be pleasantly surprised, anyways. And to me, now looking at it, I don't know. Like, remember we were talking about like the petitions and stuff, trying to petition Trudeau to name her as environment minister.
Yeah.
I don't know if she would have felt. I don't think say capable. I don't know if she would have, just because of
The party structure.
the structure, if she would have like felt free enough to do something as ambitious as what they're talking about doing. I mean, obviously they haven't
Wow.
come up. Yeah. I mean, like, you gotta, I don't know, to me, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna try and do good stuff, but I still gotta report to this guy. But if he gave McKenna whatever free leave or whatever to do what she thinks, I don't know. That's just me personally. Like, I've said, from what I've actually heard from her, she's been actually pretty impressed, and her input has been valued. So
Cool. Well, that's good. That's why I kind of figured she might get along better with Trudeau government than with the old Stephen Harper.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. Like, she's always been obviously like, uh, there's only one green MP, so she's always been and had to be like down to work with other people. So yeah, it's nice to see that other people share those values. Like
For sure.
because she's
And
not the only one that was blocked out from the Stephen Harper government, right? Like,
but you were pretty cynical about the Liberal Party and the environment and stuff going into the election, right?
yeah, because that's actually mostly because of the one little piece in Trudeau's book that said the economy was the most important thing.
Well, I think that you can sustain the economy with renewable energies, and you can not just sustain but boost the economy with those.
Well, I keep seeing everywhere that in Canada, green energy jobs are more prevalent. There's more coming than um, than tar sands jobs. Like you keep seeing it everywhere. Um, just during this Paris climate talks, trillions of dollars have been earmarked to be divested away from fossil fuel companies, like $3.4 trillion worldwide or something, just during the last week and a half.
Yeah,
That hedge funds or companies or whatever groups that have money invested decide to take out fossil fuels.
I just watched uh, as part of the climate talks in Paris, the premiers of Manitoba, Quebec, and Ontario make a joint declaration that they're going to collaborate even more on fighting climate change and integrate their systems together, their cap and trade systems and such.
Well, I heard. I haven't heard much. Like to me, so far, Wynn's government's been like Trudeau's government. They've been making promises, but they've been mum on the details a little bit. Other than the cap and trade system, but
I
I've
don't
heard
get
some
what you
cool
mean by
stuff.
being mum on
I've
the
heard,
details. Like for the Syrian refugees, Trudeau government
yeah,
crystal clear.
environmentally,
Okay.
environmentally, okay, they have no way other than collaboration with the province. I'm not saying they're not going to do anything. I'm just saying I haven't heard anything that they're actually going to do. But I heard some cool stuff like Quebec's like they've got like some cool grants and stuff to the cities to come like to use electric buses and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
So well, and obviously if they're talking to each other, then that might be an idea that gets floated around for Toronto or Ottawa or
Yeah.
any
Well,
other any cities.
Ottawa considered it when they put in their light rail system. It's fairly inviting. Like when you think about it, they're going to be taking off thousands of buses off the
Mhm.
streets, and it's an electric system, so it can be run off different forms of electricity.
Yeah.
So,
One thing I did see, which I think is it's partially the climate change thing, and it's just partially like was already going that way. Is the coal plants. There's no more coal fired electricity in Ontario.
yeah, yeah, that's been a while though, hasn't it?
Yeah, a few years, but I just saw that. I didn't. I have. It's not that I've seen a coal plant. It's just
And yeah, I read a while ago that Sweden's going to be completely fossil fuel free by 2017.
that's interesting because I know Sweden. Yeah, it's a smaller country, probably around the same population, maybe
Not
less.
sure.
Um, but they have a similar climate, right? So like a lot of the times when we hear in Canada, like why we're such big polluters because it's cold. So it's interesting to see
I've always
that they,
thought it's more the distances,
yeah, yeah, that too.
long
But
distances of travel
yeah,
for services like electricity, for just commuting or visiting
yeah. Well,
people,
they could like
or
the electricity system. I wonder if they could, even if we still stick with hydro, if they could decentralize that anymore. Like, how do we have all these dams here and I still pay like $50 in delivery?
yeah, don't get me started on hydro, man. in
Yeah.
Ontario, anyways.
Oh yeah, that happened. I didn't look into that much too either, but the Auditor General slammed the Liberal government over our crazy hydro prices. Like we pay like I don't know how much more than everyone else, but like it's ridiculous overpriced. I don't know. I guess it has to do with the gas plants and all that. I don't know. Mismanagement. Now we're selling it to the private sector.
Yeah, hopefully it's lower hydro prices. They're so like cable and internet's more expensive here. Car insurance more expensive here. Hydro's more expensive here.
That's
What's
ridiculous.
going on? It's like lack of regulation.
Well, even when you were in Ottawa, living on the Hull side, even rent was cheaper. No.
Mm-hmm. It would be comparable to here though.
Yeah.
But if you go rent in Montreal, it would be similar to live to Ottawa or more expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's
But so there's some stuff like we're obviously more indebted than any other subnational government in the world.
really.
Yeah. So that's probably has to do with it. But I don't get how that should have anything to do with insurance rates.
It doesn't. You're probably right. I think it's regulation, right? There's no well, there is regulation, but it's not like
But it's not thorough enough. So
yeah. That was crazy when you were telling me your insurance rates when you lived there. Like,
yeah, it's awesome. Like, oh, so other than that,
yeah, just getting geared up for Christmas, I guess. Getting into the good Christmas season.
don't feel like it much. Eh? I feel like spring some days. Not complaining, but we got our mom moved last week. That's a busy week.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I got the message during the podcast last week, and I said that we asked me to help move the next day, and then the next 3 4 days was all moving, working, moving, fun stuff.
Got her done.
Oh, 1 second, 1 second. Babe, what? There's a team I'm supposed to talk about.
It's a team.
Okay. Is Mike Duffy done try like that?
I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'll let you make your public service announcement.
I
I gotta use the menu.
forgot what team it was. 1 second. Apparently, we got a Timmins team going to some international tournament. All right. Ah, så Terrio. École secondaire Terrio will be sending a girls team to World Schools Cross Country Running Championships in Hungary in April 2016. The team was selected to represent the country based on the silver Austin medal the Flams won in November. So they're trying to raise some money for this. They need $16,000. If you want to help donate, you can call 1705-267-1491 or go to gofundme.com/ESCT-XC_ISF 2016. Maybe we'll just post that link at some point.
There you go.
See, I'll share it right now.
So that's exciting. Local sports.
Going to Hungary.
Cool.
Yes.
In other local sports, Steve Sullivan was at the MAC this weekend.
Oh, what is he?
Yeah, they retired his jersey.
Oh, so he's in the Timmins Sports Heritage Hall of Fame there?
I don't know. I thought they were just retiring it at the MAC,
Oh,
like
for the
raising it to the rafters.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already in the Timmins Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Steve Sullivan.
Yeah, I don't know. Other than the climate talks, there's not really much
Well,
going on in government or
Parliament
anything.
Parliament has resumed, and they're trying to get the middle class tax break bill passed.
So, in case you're wondering, or you don't remember, Justin Trudeau promised a 1.5% tax break to the second lowest tax bracket in Ontario or in Canada, I should say, and a rate hike. I don't remember what in a new tax bracket for $200,000 and over.
It's like 189,000 a month.
Okay,
But yeah, so that's their first piece of legislation that's going to go on um, in this parliament. So hopefully early. Actually, they said that they were hoping that it's law for January 1st.
so it would affect the 2016 tax year.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, been dying to ask you, what are your
Trying to ask you.
what are your thoughts on Donald Trump still being at the top of the polls?
Well, I think we should bring Aaron in on this one. She seems to be pretty interested in this one. Other than the fact that their election's still a year away, I America.
I don't know if they elect that guy.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty ridiculous. At first, when it first started, if you would have asked me if we'd still be talking about him right now, I would say no, he'll blow over, and he just keeps gaining steam and gaining steam. So now I'm really hoping that they pick anyone but him to represent the Republican Party.
But I think he might just be controlling the
The narrative.
not the polling, but yeah, the narrative.
Yeah, because you see that when I actually did tune in, you'd see them like at debates and stuff or whatever, and then on the news or Bill Maher or whatever the next day, no one's talking about actual issues, and they're all talking about the crazy shit Donald Trump says, fucking Donald Trump show. No one's even talking about the Democrats either, eh?
No.
Like
Well,
Hillary,
I think Hillary's
Bernie
just shooting
Sanders.
for that. I don't think there's much to talk about. But I think Hillary will give Donald Trump a run for his money if he actually gets a Republican
Hillary
nomination.
Clinton versus Donald Trump. Like, no one's even talking about Bush's little brother or anything, eh?
Apparently, his website, or not his website, but a domain that's like jebbush.net or jebbush.com or something.
Oh, yeah.
Redirects to Donald Trump's website, campaign website.
Yeah, I think it's jebbush.com.
So he's like, did Donald Trump just buy it? And
Yeah, Jeb Bush didn't maybe not .com.
oh, it's just my computer.
Yeah, so he didn't register his domain name, so Donald Trump bought it.
That's crazy.
I'm still curious as to when we actually find out who's running. Like they haven't voted it or anything yet, right? It's just like polls.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So hopefully most people actually get to a ballot box and not
Yeah, it might just be the media too, though. Like, to be fair.
But who votes in these primaries? Are they card holding members of the Republican Party?
I don't know if the electoral college is.
They're on DonaldJTrump.com.
Is that what happened, Jay? Oh, just redirect. Thank you for your support. Checking your browser before. Okay.
Oh yeah, let's support you. Donate, yeah, because what you need is more money.
Make America great again.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so what about Bernie Sanders? Since nobody else is giving him any media coverage, let's see what he's doing.
He's running against Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, he's in
the Democratic So
To me, like two front runners that I know of in the Republican camp, Donald Trump and Ted Cruz, which are both awful.
yeah, Marco Rubio, and he was there too, and then Bush was way down.
So let's look at.
So yeah, if you don't know how the American system works, they have neither do I.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say.
But they, unlike us, they have like semi-public nominations for who's actually going to run for president. So like this whole talk about Donald Trump is not even about the presidential
Well,
election.
no, they have that here too.
Why do you-
Anybody could vote for the liberal leadership race.
Okay. So we just don't talk about it for a year and a half. Anyways, so they decide. I don't know if it's like Republican, like registered Republicans, or if anybody can vote in this.
Probably registered Republicans,
And
but it probably depends on the party.
So you vote, and then you vote for someone that you think you want to run for president.
So Bernie Sanders, who's running for the Democratic leadership, he introduced a major clean energy job package. So that's interesting, and kind of ties into what we've been talking about most of this episode. Uh, Clean energy workforce up to 10 million people by 2030, which is doubling in size in America, apparently.
I wonder if that's more job than Obama wiped out when he rejected Keystone XL.
Oh, God.
Oh, there's another headline. Bernie Sanders wins readers poll for Time Person of the Year.
Standard state. Oh, yeah. So Obama made an address to the nation last night at prime time. Not last night, Sunday night at prime time. And he was addressing the shootings in San Bernardino. Bernardino. I think that's the first time he's addressed the nation like that in 5 years. Last time was when he caught Bin Laden.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if it's actually going to do anything, because he had to do a lot of these addresses about all these shootings, and nothing's really come out of it.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I know. So it's interesting that it keeps happening, and nothing's happening really.
Gun control is off the table. The gun culture is not changing.
Here, Trudeau introduced gun control, or didn't introduce, but says he's going to introduce more gun control, and a smaller Canadian military.
Oh yeah.
It's part of his throne speech.
Once, oh yeah, the throne speech happened. First of all, yeah, once that we have more details on the gun control thing, maybe we'll have to see if the bearded wonder wants to join us and talk about that. Yeah, so the throne speech, you caught some of that.
No,
I said you were watching it.
I watched like a little tiny bit of it, but I didn't get any of the good stuff.
Okay.
But, apparently, it was considered short by modern standards.
In case you're wondering, yes, we do have a throne. No, Justin Trudeau doesn't sit on it. David Johnson, the Governor General, sits on it in place of the Queen and delivers the speech.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's comfy, or if it's like Game of Thrones. Like,
I'd imagine it's comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that like, would the Queen sit there and do like a?
If the Queen was doing the throne speech, yeah.
Yeah.
She would sit there.
Interesting. I couldn't stop laughing the other day when I saw her with the crown on. You actually wear those still.
It's a symbol, man. A lot of people believe in symbolism. Look at it. Like religious people obviously believe in symbolism.
That you do. Doesn't mean I don't think this was more ridiculous or less ridiculous than the crown. believe in people believe in a lot of things. Donald Trump believes that a wall will make America great
Again,
again.
the Great Wall of America. Imagine. Get tired over there. You got something in your eye?
A little bit tired, yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Donald Trump, man. Like as if
Imagine this:
still,
Trump wins, and then Kanye challenges him next election.
God. Oh yeah, that's freaking ridiculous. See what he named his kid?
Apple.
No, Saint West.
Oh yeah, so now he has North and Saint.
Yeah, yeah. Aaron had some pretty good memes for it last night, actually.
Wow, what a guy! What else is going on? Twitter bird here.
I don't know.
Hashtag COP.
Hashtag nobody believes you. Wait, Harper's gone. How many Twitter accounts you got on there?
I manage quite a few Twitter accounts.
You want to manage mine too?
No. How the U.S. became an unlikely hero at the Paris Climate Change Summit.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders
Bernie Sanders showed up.
probably wasn't invited.
Al Gore. Al Gore was there. I don't know if he was officially part of the American delegation, but he was there. Former Vice President Al Gore. Anyway.
The U.S. negotiators a strong deal would require action from all countries to not place the liability for climate change solely on the developed world. It's not to say that the U.S. shouldn't do more than its less wealthy counterparts, but any deal should be nuanced and flexible in how it parcels out responsibility. The U.S. climate envoy Todd Stern said in a press conference. Okay,
How does that make him a hero?
I don't know.
Doesn't a hero save the save the needy and the poor?
Yeah. Well, yeah, so they're just saying, they're not saying that they shouldn't help, but, or they shouldn't help more. They're just saying that everybody should be doing their part.
Okay. Still a question of choice of headlines, but
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't read the rest of that Time magazine article, but
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty much all stuff to talk about here.
so 2 degrees by 2100.
2100. That's according to the U.S.
That's what they're trying to reach.
2100. So we're gonna see some. Well, we're already seeing some damage. Yeah. All right, dude. I'm getting fidgety. Got anything else to talk about here?
Well, if there's no questions, oh, the chat's not even up.
Something about bit rate or something. I haven't got a tweet from Brian though.
Hold on. Open live chat. Yeah, no chat. All right. Call it a day, and we'll see you guys after Christmas.
Hopefully a bit more lively. 'Cause I'm feeling tired right now. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Christmas.
What's the other ones?
Merry New
Kwanzaa.
Year.
Something Kwanzaa. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Days of Holly. Feliz Navidad.
There you go. I think that's it.
Signing out.